so we can keep these things in our mind, so when we look up on the earth to see certain things, prophecies being fulfilled, we'll know just about how much time we have to our deliverance. In Revelation chapter 6, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 12 through chapter 7 and verse 8. Revelations chapter 6 and verse 12 through chapter 7 and verse 8. We're going to pick this up when Lucifer gets thrown out of heaven. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. This will be the last 3.5 years of time that we have upon the earth, that our people are going to receive unprecedented trouble from the adversary and his children. Revelation chapter 6, my brother, pick that up, verse 12.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place.
Right, the heaven departed as a scroll. Now remember, the apostles had asked the Messiah what would be the signs of his coming. And he told them that the heavens was going to depart as a scroll. So what we're beginning to see is this. Now, heaven is not going to be opening and closing. You see, so what's happening here is Lucifer's being thrown out of heaven, and this is what the people that don't know, they're going to think that this is the Messiah returning back upon the earth. But this is Lucifer's deception upon the earth to show that that his son that he has put up is the Messiah, and we know good and well that the Messiah ain't no Gentile. Go ahead and read, brother.
Revelations chapter 6. Verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
The great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Well, wait a minute now. We haven't even blown in the trumpets yet. And the Mashiach can't come until after the seventh trumpet is blown and after the seventh vial is poured out. So we can very well see that this is Lucifer's deception upon the earth. So thank the Creator of all things that you've been briefed on what's going to take place, so you won't be deceived by these things, because like the scripture says, as a snare shall it come upon all the earth. Let's go to Revelation 19 and verse 11 through verse 19. And see what takes place then.
And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Now, you know what the people are going to think. Now, heaven already opened one time when Lucifer got thrown out, and everybody swore that the Messiah had returned to the land. They got a man over there talking about he's the Messiah, and another man over there talking about he's God. Now, all of a sudden, heaven opens up again, right? Yeah. Big surprise. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Elohim. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Elohim. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Adonai of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great Elohim, that you may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth, and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, and against his army.